Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for Smackdown. We are ready for episode 14. We are 3 nights away from the Royal Rumble. My name is beautiful Dave Easton. Thank you very much for joining us again. As I say, so much to go through. We have Dustin Healy ready for us in the ring. He's 3 nights away from defending against Kevin Nash. Let's see what he has to say right now. And Dustin Healy, as we can see, talking about the Royal Rumble. He will indeed face Kevin Nash. And, well, Kevin Nash has already said the NWO, it's coming home to the NWO. And Dustin just saying that he will be facing Matt Walker later on tonight. And that Kevin Nash will be having the same fate in 3 nights. Healy very confident going into the Royal Rumble match. We are ready for the first match of the night. And just as before we see Sami Zayn, Johann, we have a newcomer to the commentary booth. Joe is with us. Joe, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Dave.
Hello, Joe. And Joe is going to join us on a Smackdown commentary team. So we are here for our first match. This is Sami Zayn coming to the ring. He is going to be taking on Johann in a Royal Rumble qualifier. And Joe, as you say, you've been watching a few of the past shows. How do you think of Sami Zayn and his performances so far on Smackdown?
Sami Zayn has been doing very well. I expect great things to come from him.
Indeed, he has been shown. He got blindsided last week by Johann. So this is why this match has come around. Our GM, Tim Jones, has made this match. And here is the former non-stop wrestling champion, Johann, losing the title to the Mundo back at the last pay-per-view SummerSlam. And surely this match will be a bit of a grudge match after last week. What do you think, Joe, about the attack by Johann last week on Sami Zayn?
I think the attack was just to show that he was still there to make a statement.
Agree indeed, especially after Johann wasn't even booked on the show last week. And we are off and underway on the first match of tonight. Royal Rumble, remember, 30 competitors will try and win the title shot on Sunday night. And Johann going early on. Do you feel, Joe, that Johann will be going for a bit of a brawl style against Sami Zayn, as Sami Zayn's a bit of a high flyer in this match?
Yeah, Johann should try to keep him grounded. If not, Sami Zayn will get the advantage early on.
And exactly that is a bit of a technical wrestling here by Sami Zayn, but Johann coming out of it early on. These two battling along. As I say, Joe, nice to have you with us on Smackdown this evening.
Nice to be here.
Nice to have another person to talk to in these commentary booths, doing as I say, done the first few months on my own. Nice to have some more insight here at Non-Stop Wrestling. And as I say, what do you think about Sami Zayn since he's come over from SmackDown from the draft? Do you think Sami Zayn could be one day a world champion over here?
Of course, he like I said before, he's doing very well. He just needs to get used to the brand and the people around him.
Yeah, Sami Zayn has been in a lot of high-profile matches. A lot of the superstars here in Non-Stop Wrestling do think a lot of Sami Zayn and have picked him as a tag partner a few times. Johann, on the other one, seems a bit of an angry soul after losing the title back on the last pay-per-view, where he was defeated by the Mundo. And especially last week, sort of a cowardly attack on Sami Zayn with the chair. Would you say, Joe?
It was cowardly, especially since Zayn didn't expect it coming.
Yeah, exactly. Sami Zayn, as I say though, Sami Zayn, I think if he can win tonight and put one over Johann and steal really not steal, but really take his Royal Rumble spot, I think that Sami Zayn would at least get one over on Joe and just say, look, I'm here as a major competitor.
And then he will be in line for the title weight race.
Yeah, I would say, could you imagine Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble? If he wins the Royal Rumble, picks to face the champion, what a big opportunity that could be.
The draft will have done very well for him then.
Indeed. Smackdown will continue, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this match. The Non-Stop Wrestling Royal Rumble comes to you Sunday, August 11th at 10 p.m. in the UK. Sunday Night Heat will be on at 9:30. Please join us for live commentary on our Twitch TV channel. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, on Smackdown, episode 14. Dave Easton here with Joe at ringside. Joe joined us tonight from as a new member of our broadcast team for Smackdown. And we are watching Sami Zayn, who Joe has said has been very impressed with over the last few weeks. Really, I would see more Sami Zayn as a bit of a tag team wrestler, Joe. Do you think that he could possibly should really go as in the tag team division, or do you think he has what you could possibly say could win the Royal Rumble on Sunday night if he gets in it?
Well, he is like a tag team competitor, but I think he's getting used to being single competitor.
Yeah, I totally agree. Johann, though, in control at this moment in time, as I say, as he try and get into the Rumble, trying to get that title shot again, as he didn't get a rematch after Mundo got cashed in on a Money in the Bank by our current champion Dustin Healy, and we'll see a little bit later on as we've just seen him in the ring. As Sami Zayn goes for a cover, only gets a 1 count though. More coming up tonight. As we're going to, as I say, we're going to have a 6-man tag team match later on. Ryback, AJ Styles, and the Mundo taking on the Shield. And just quickly talking about that tag team match, Joe, we were talking off air. You were saying that AJ Styles and the Mundo. Do you think they have a chance against the Shield if AJ Styles indeed says he wants to go with the Mundo on Sunday night?
Well, if anyone could take down the Shield, I think AJ and Mundo have the best opportunity to do it.
Yeah, definitely after the run-ins that they've had with the Shield over the last few weeks. But that is for later on. Johann putting the boots into Sami Zayn at the moment in time. And then, just as I say that, Sami Zayn coming back with a shot of his own. And look at this. Sami Zayn picking him up. We've seen him do this to Mark Henry. Drops Johann down. Dragging him away from the ropes, yeah. Can he get the cover? He can. He hooks the leg. And Sami Zayn picks up the win, and we will see him in the Royal Rumble on Sunday. Joe, you have to say, big win for Sami Zayn there.
It's a huge win for Sami Zayn.
What a big win for Sami Zayn. And that is going to put the spanner in the works of Johann and going to really knock him back a few. And especially after the sneak attack last week, that's a big bit of revenge there for Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn goes into the 30-man Royal Rumble. Big pay-per-view coming on Sunday night. As your winner for the first match, Sami Zayn.
Would you say so? Surprise victory?
Very surprised. What is happening here? We just have after the match, Johann tries to sneak attack Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn coming back. As I say, Johann tried again, and Sami Zayn just throwing Johann over the top rope. So Sami Zayn really has finished off Johann there, and well, there you go. Johann tries his second week of attacks, and Sami Zayn comes completely out on top. So, as I say, you were right there about before. Big victory for Sami Zayn there, Joe. Okay, here we go. Next match. It is a match singles competition. It's R-Truth of Awesome Truth taking on Sheamus, and Sheamus is not happy after last week.
Sheamus shouldn't be happy with all the attacks that are happening.
Exactly, and when we seen him last week, he got stretchered out of the arena after the sneak attack by when R-Truth joined the Miz after the match. But Sheamus, if he can pick a win up here, would be 2-0 against Awesome Truth, and you think Awesome Truth will have something up their sleeve tonight against Sheamus. And just to let everybody know, of course, all three men, obviously R-Truth and the Miz and Sheamus, are in the Royal Rumble match this Sunday night. So I'm sure Sheamus will be one at least not to get the sneak attack tonight if he is gonna get into the Royal Rumble match this Sunday. And well, do you think Sheamus? The only thing I'm a bit worried about with this match is Sheamus could be a bit hot-tempered, going after revenge after what R-Truth did last week.
What I'm worried about is Sheamus being completely healed after being carried out in the stretcher.
Very good point. Yes, indeed. Is he at 100%? Especially as we see after that sneak attack last week. This is going to be a very interesting match. Match number 2 on Smackdown, episode 14. Having the weeks just flew by already. It just seems just around the corner that we just started non-stop wrestling. We are episode 14. Big news coming up. It has been announced that the draft is indeed going to happen. We're going to have another draft in 2 weeks' time. It will happen on Raw, so make sure you can indeed join us for that. 2 weeks in time. It is a major announcement. Just happened. We have been told, so the draft will take place. More will be on that, I guess, on Raw on Monday night. And as we were talking off air, Joe, you were saying about the draft. You're thinking that it could be good for SmackDown if we could get a few more of their top stars from Raw to come across.
Yeah, I think that will pull more ratings into SmackDown, and it will become more of a popular brand.
And have you managed to have a look at Raw, Joe, or have you been just concentrating on SmackDown?
I've seen some Raws, but SmackDown is what draws me to the show.
And have you had seen anyone on Raw you would like to come across?
Well, of course, I would like to take the main superstar, like sort of like Edge.
Oh, that would be a major thing, especially as he's the champion. Could you imagine having two champions on the same show, though? That would be amazing.
Exactly.
Back to the match, and Sheamus in control of R-Truth there, using a big neck breaker, and now just throws him over his back. That just shows that Irish Warrior has the power. He looks like he is 100% healed. That is good news for Sheamus fans indeed. I was a little bit of a worry at the beginning that he wouldn't be at the 100%. Miz, as you can see, was on there, so you've always got to be careful of Miz on the outside, especially, as you say, trying to get interfering in these matches. Miz,
I think Miz may be a bit worried, pacing back and forth.
yeah, he's definitely, especially with Sheamus being in complete control early on. But look at this, just as I say that, R-Truth kicks him with a big boot. Looked like a bit of a Broski boot there as well. Trying to do
Ooh.
a bit of a Sheamus move on him there. Well, SmackDown is going to continue. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Conclusion of this match. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, back on SmackDown episode 14. Thank you very much for joining us here live SmackDown. We are here, beautiful Dave Easton here with Joe at ringside. And we were just talking before the break there, Joe, about Miz. Looks like Miz has been ejected from ringside during the break. Sadly, we didn't get to capture that, but looks like the referee had enough of Miz and got rid of him.
That could be very good for Sheamus there, since R-Truth will lose one of his best distractions in the match.
Indeed, especially as we seen that last week with R-Truth distracting the referee on multiple occasions when it was Miz versus Sheamus, and Sheamus coming back with a big punch to the gut there. And look at this, Sheamus' power. So you've got to see, Sheamus' power sometimes scares me. He has got so much, for his build, he has got so much power in him that he could really take on any superstar here in non-stop wrestling.
You are right about that, Dave.
Well, R-Truth throws Sheamus back inside the ring. Now, what's he going to do? Looks to get him for a fisherman suplex. Oh no, looks like more of a brain buster. And could that be R-Truth with a victory? Oh, Sheamus just pops right up, saying enough of that. And then what is Sheamus doing here? Pump handle slam, it looks like. And no more, just like a throw over his body. I've seen this. Sheamus' power just scares, as I say, it just scares me. Now he's locking in this submission move, which we've seen him do before. Is R-Truth going to tap out here?
This could be it.
Indeed, and indeed, we have seen R-Truth tap out here. Sheamus 2-0 over Awesome Truth. What a big win for Sheamus again. And the momentum has to be going on his side going into the Rumble on Sunday night.
It looks like the revenge was perfect for Sheamus in this match.
Definitely agree with that. Sheamus picking up the win, second week in a row. And maybe we are looking at the next Royal Rumble winner. Sheamus going for the one of the titles. I think the champions would be very, very worried indeed. Sheamus picking up a very big victory tonight, and indeed it doesn't look like he's hurt at all. Big win for the Irish Warrior. And we've seen this last week. Here comes the Miz again, back from the back. Not again. Oh dear, this is a second week of sneak attacks from Awesome Truth. Really, I think Sheamus should have learned from last week though, Joe.
Yeah, he should have. But it's always a surprise.
Yeah, and again, Awesome Truth really come out at the end, attacking Sheamus more than that. But next, it is the 6-man tag team match, big match. The Hardcore Champion Ryback taking on AJ Styles, teaming up with AJ Styles and the Mundo against the Shield. And how impressive has our Hardcore Champion been, Joe, over the last few SmackDowns?
He's been very great. He won almost every one of his matches.
Yeah, indeed he has.
If not every match.
Indeed he has. Undefeated since he has come here to SmackDown. And Ryback, well, what a big match this is going to be indeed. He beat Roman Reigns in a Hardcore title match last week, and this is why he's been included into this match. And AJ Styles, we still want to know if he's going to team up with the Mundo at Royal Rumble. It'd be very interesting to see how they go tonight, especially as Mundo hasn't, as I say, Mundo hasn't really teamed with anyone recently. He's had this sort of problem with Connor Rhodes, the Heyman sort of stable, not very 100% together, I would say.
Yeah, Heyman seems unreliable after Mundo caught him
Yes,
with Connor.
yeah, and Mundo's playing it very cool. Hasn't really said anything to Paul Heyman about that. Maybe this is why he's picked AJ Styles to go into the Shield. Because again, we've seen Mundo save AJ Styles and AJ Styles save Mundo over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's becoming like a friendship.
Yeah, and yeah, well, the tag team champions and Roman Reigns, the Shield, very confident after winning the titles back against the NWO back at SummerSlam in Hell in a Cell. And now they've sort of turned their attention to AJ Styles and Mundo, especially after Mundo won the ladder match to get the tag team title shot a few weeks ago. And Joe, what do you think about the Shield? How do you think they've went so far in SmackDown?
I think the Shield are one of the greatest tag teams on SmackDown, but as single competitors, they have a lot of improving to do.
Yeah, indeed. It seems like when there's when they're numbers, they seem to do very well. But when it's singles competition, not really been the best so far on SmackDown. And it's Ambrose and Mundo starting us off here. So who would you say? Have you got any picks for the Royal Rumble, Joe? Who have you seen anybody who you would like to win the Rumble?
Well, now that you say that, I would like to see Sheamus do well in the Royal Rumble.
Yes, a very strong pick. I would say Sheamus to win the Royal Rumble. Completely agree with that one, especially after. But saying that though, he has to be more careful. He's very prone to these attacks. I think he has to sort of learn to stop these sneak attacks, especially on the Rumble where you can get attacked from all sides.
Yeah, I think he needs someone to have his back.
Yeah.
If anything.
Very good strategy. Try and team up with someone at the Rumble. We'll see on Sunday night. As at the moment, Mundo and Dean Ambrose just sort of working most of this match so far. Early on though. And
yeah,
as we see, the Shield will be good defending the tag belts against Mundo and hopefully AJ Styles. We're going to hopefully find out tonight if AJ Styles is going to accept the challenge. This match put together by our GM Tim Jones, especially after, as I say, what's happened over the last few weeks, and maybe just a tryout to see if Mundo and AJ Styles will actually do well as a team.
As you say, team in the Royal Rumble, how do you think teams will actually do in the Royal Rumble?
Well, you would think that they would hopefully team up together, especially as there are only 6 men in the ring at one time, allowed in the ring at one time. If you get a team of this, if you get a team of friendship out there, you would think that they have the better chance if they can eliminate everyone and try and maybe just fight it out by themselves.
Yeah, but if you become selfish, you could end up destroying your teammates.
Exactly, and of course, we've seen how it happens in normal competitive matches, and now look at this. We'll see that at the Royal Rumble. SmackDown is going to continue though, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll be back with the conclusion of our 6-man tag match. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, on SmackDown. Beautiful Dave Easton at ringside with you, with Joe. Welcome to Joe to the commentary table. And indeed, big news there, Joe. We've just seen a thing about Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is indeed one of the 30 men in the Royal Rumble on Sunday. And as I say, nobody's seen him here in Non-Stop Wrestling. Be interesting to see what brand he actually picks after the Royal Rumble. Going to be a very big addition here to the SmackDown roster if we could get him here.
And if he does go to Raw, we'll always have to draft to try to get him back.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you go. That would be very interesting if you did pick Raw, and then we were able to pick him up in a couple of weeks. I say I'm very looking forward to that match, to that Raw to see who we actually get. Back to the match here, and Mundo is pinning Dean Ambrose. Doesn't hook the leg though, and only gets a 1 count. So far, we haven't seen much of everybody. Obviously, coming back from the break, Mundo seems to be feeling the effects during the break of the sneak attack. was a 3-on-1 during the break. Obviously, sadly we kind of show it to you, but the Shield working over the Mundo during the break. Do you think surely that if AJ Styles and Mundo do actually team together, that they could be at a disadvantage because it's their first time, and that Shield have obviously tagged so many times in the past?
It could be a disadvantage, but Mundo and AJ Styles seem to have that natural chemistry.
They do indeed, especially after they look sort of looking after each other over the last few weeks as well.
Yes, you're right. I can't wait to see Ryback get in this match.
Ryback indeed, if we can get him, but Mundo looks to be trying to finish things off. Yeah, going for the F5 and hits it on Dean Ambrose in the center of the ring.
It could be over.
It could indeed. Mundo, feeling the effects, goes in, hooks the leg, and indeed picks up the 3. Well, there you go. That is a surprise. We didn't get to see any of the others in the match. Obviously, due to the commercial break, we do apologise that we didn't say it, but, well, is that what AJ Styles wanted to say? Mundo showing that he can indeed get the job done.
Mundo's proving himself right now.
And that is a big victory. And the Mundo, Ryback, and AJ Styles. And remember, Ryback is going to be on Sunday Night Heat defending the Hardcore Championship against Giant Limbo. That match you'll be able to see on Sunday Night Heat, which is now taking over from our pre-show for the Royal Rumble. Big win tonight, though, for AJ Styles, the Mundo, and Ryback. What a 6-man tag match that was. And we're going to hear from AJ Styles right now. And AJ Styles just saying here that he's still here to give Mundo and the world an answer. And saying that Mundo wanted him to tag and go for the World Tag Team Championships. And let's see what... And well, he's agreed, so there you go. The match is on. The match is official. It is indeed AJ Styles and the Mundo taking on the Shield for the World Tag Team titles on Sunday night. So there you go, Joe. They are going to tag together.
And if anyone, they could get the job done. Indeed. They might be able to steal the titles away.
And indeed, let's go through some of the matches you will see at the Royal Rumble. The first one up, we've just seen Tag Team Champions, the Shield versus the Mundo, AJ Styles. Big rivalry going on there. We now know the European Championship is on the line. Connor Rhodes, versus Chuck Taylor, Paul Heyman, especially the wild card in that match. Indeed, the United States Championship is on the line. Biggie Langston gets his rematch against The Fallen. And Biggie Langston, who beat Screwface on Raw in the Royal Rumble. That should be a big match. The Non-Stop Wrestling Tag Team titles are on the line. It's Money Club versus Kings of Wrestling. Antonio Cesaro and Cassius Ohno going for the titles on that one. Our big main event from SmackDown, Dustin Healy versus Kevin Nash for the Non-Stop Wrestling Championship. That is our SmackDown main event for the Royal Rumble. And indeed, for Raw, it is the world title. It is Edge versus Chris Jericho. And what a rivalry they have had. I don't know, Joe, if you've been able to see that over the last few weeks. What a rivalry them two have had over on Raw. And indeed, the main event itself, 30-man Royal Rumble, 30 men going. The winner gets a title shot against either the Non-Stop Wrestling Champion or the World Champion. And please join us on a Sunday night for that. As Joe has already said, he's going for the Irish Warrior, Sheamus. See, there is such good talent in there. That is the end, though, of Non-Stop Wrestling SmackDown Part 1. Joe, sign off, say goodbye.
See you, everybody. I'll be back next time.
We'll be back. Part 2, it's just around the corner. Stay with us.